Hey, hey, hey. Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, which I lovingly just named Wing It Wednesday after my good friend Beck Hall, who is down under in Australia. And I just got done watching her Wing It Wednesday, and I decided that I was going to copy her card, sort of. The style of her card, um, because I had kind of a blunder yesterday in cutting paper for my um, upcoming retreat. I cut it all wrong. And so I have a file full of miscut pieces. So I thought, what better than to copy Beck's idea of the day and use up some of these scraps. So before we get to that, let me introduce myself. My name is Chris Brower, and I'm coming to you live from my crafting room in Worthington, Minnesota, where it is a chilly 46 degrees. Let me look that up and see what it is in Beck's world. Let's see, 46 in Celsius. Celsius to Fahrenheit. I want to go Fahrenheit to Celsius. Fahrenheit to Celsius. It's 7.778 degrees in Australia. So, it's chilly. What is 46 in Celsius? Oh, wait. 46 Celsius is 114. No, I want to go Fahrenheit to Celsius. 7.7. That seems like a strange temperature. I don't know how Celsius works. Anyway, greetings to my friends down under, and thank you, Beck, for your inspiration. Coming to you, like I said, live from my craft room in Worthington, Minnesota. And we're going to do a little project today that involves using scraps. Lisa says it's 67 there and humid. Lisa, remind me where you are. Hi, Kathy. Kathy, I need to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. All right, just a couple bookkeeping things. The join special is happening now. You guys, I have to get on and talk about that. It's crazy, crazy good. If you are new to crafting and you don't have a lot of supplies, perfect time to get the world's best trimmer, the most amazing ever. Take your pick tool, a set of blocks, some basic ink, and maybe some white cardstock. Oh my gosh, and you can get so much more. You can get $125 worth of stuff, your choice, for $35, free shipping, which means that's another 11% free, and you get a free past paper pumpkin kit. So you could also go hog wild and spend $99 and get $189 worth of stuff free. Either way, you get $90 worth of things for free. Connecticut. Okay, so it's humid, always humid in Connecticut, maybe. You're close to the water? It's usually humid here too. Okay, and the other thing is today, only till midnight today, all of the kits are on sale, 10 to 30% off. Some of them are an amazing price. Some of them are brand new and they're still on sale. So send me your order online. Send me a text with your list, and let's get you some kits. Kits are awesome also for beginning crafters. They're awesome for seasoned crafters. Oh, let me go back to the join special. Seasoned crafters, stock up on your cardstock and your envelopes and your adhesives. If you don't need any tools, um, and you want to grab that join special, stock up on supplies. Back to the kits. Seasoned stampers, you can do alternatives with the kits. You don't have to make them as is. They are great gifts. Give them to your 12-year-old granddaughters. They will love them. Give them to your 65-year-old mom who just wants a few birthday cards. Give them to the activity director at your local care center or nursing home, and she will have the residents making cards. Check out those kits by going to the Stampin' Up! Website, shop by, and click on kits. If you're looking for a demonstrator, I am your girl, and I would love to hook you up. So, alright, let's make a card. I'm going to click you down, and you will see that what I have on my glass mat are these miscut scraps from my accident yesterday, and they are from the the Autumn Toile 12 by 12 paper, Amber Toile. Alright, so let me slide them out of the way. What we need are 1-inch squares. So some of these are too small, and some are too big to waste. So let's see. Let's get rid of what we can't use. Dun 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 dun. Perfect. Oh, I just crunched that one. Perfect. Oh, this made me so mad that I cut these wrong yesterday. But back to the rescue with a solution, and just at the right time. These are too big to waste. I'm not wasting them, but alright. Yeah, I hear ya, Lisa. If I wasn't already a demonstrator, now would be the time that I would do it also. Alright, so let's get a little bit of each. So there's that pattern. There's that pattern. I already have that. And that. And I have the fox. Let's do that. I think I'm just going to use the backs. Alright. If I need more, it's right here. What I need are at least 10 1-inch squares. So, here we go. What's everybody doing today? Oh, I better pull up a little bit there. Oh, and let me turn off my fluorescent light so we don't have the glare. There's that. And let me turn on, I haven't done a live for quite a while. I wasn't quite set up here properly, I guess. Alright, let's get some light and reduce the glare. Alright, I think we're set. Okay, ignore the ring. I have such a hard time getting good lighting in this room, especially when it's not sunny out. Alright. I think that's a good start. Let's go ahead and cut all 3 of these into a 1-inch strip. And then here we go, 3 at a time, because it's such a good trimmer. Okay, so it's fall finally in Minnesota. I'm in the southwestern corner of Minnesota, almost in South Dakota, and almost in Iowa. So we're finally having some fall weather with, I guess, um, I'm just getting these scraps out of my trimmer using a razor blade. Always make sure your trimmer is clear of scraps. Okay, so here are, this one got a little hairy, so I'm going to just trim that off with my snips. Alright, here's my squares. Now, the suggested color palette for this designer series paper is Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, Gray Granite, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, and Very Vanilla for sure. In this project of the mistake that I made was also this stack of Very Vanilla cardstock that I cut in half and scored. Alright, what's going on with the camera here? In and out, and in and out. It's trying to focus. Alright, let's see if that works. So, we should probably use a little Very Vanilla on this card. But I'm going to let you guys decide. Alright? So, what color should I add to this? The Gray Granite or the Early Espresso? Or both? I'm not even sure Very Vanilla looks like it's the right. I'm going to use white. Never mind on that. So, Gray Granite, Early Espresso, or both? I'll watch the comments. 41 in Rochester. Okay, well, then we've got a heat wave going on here, huh, Kathy? Because it is 46. These are card bases from a, words are hard. These are from a note card set. So I just needed to trim that down a little bit. I guess I could have left it big, but... Alright, Early Espresso, Lisa says. Anybody else have an opinion on a card color? Or a card front color, card base color? I am rewinding and changing my mind. I'm using this. And let me make sure that that is 4 by 5 1/4. Pachingo. Alright, we're going to go with Early Espresso. So, do I have one. This is on order. Alright, let's just go with a new sheet. So I'm going to cut this in half. And I'm not going to score it first. And I'll tell you why. I think I need a new blade. Jeepers. I'm having to sand my edges on these. I just replaced my blade yesterday. Although I did do a lot of cutting. So, let's get a new blade in here. There's a little notch on the trimmer. Where you just easily pop this out, except when you're on camera. Oh goodness. Alright, that shouldn't have been that hard. And then you take the new one and pop it in. Alright, so the reason I didn't score that whole piece of paper is because I want to do a landscape and a portrait. So this one is going to get scored at 4 1/4, and this one is going to get scored at 5 1/2. So we'll make one of each, which means I need 2 of those. Alright, here we go. We are cooking with Crisco. This one was from the old blade. This is just a sanding block that I've had for 100 years. It came from a company called TLC, I believe, and it just sands the edges off so nicely when they get hairy. Alright, let's set these aside, and now we've got these squares, and we've got our 2 white bases. And we're going to do one each direction. Alright, so get out my liquid glue. I am a green glue girl. And you're going to put just a little glue. And you're going to start at the point here. I hope I paid good enough attention to Beck's directions. Well, if not, we'll create something different, right? Alright, I think this is how she did it. You're just going to adhere these squares, in essence, at this angle, and you're going to leave a little space in between each one. Okay. And like I said, you need 10. I didn't even count what I had here. Alright, so in the comments, let me know where you're from, what you're doing today, what projects you're working on. If you're a demo, maybe chime in on what a great deal and how maybe let me know what's the first thing that you remember purchasing when you became a demonstrator. I think the first thing that I purchased was the blocks. I remember being elated at thinking what a pleasure, what an honor, not an honor, what a luxury it would be to have all those sizes of blocks. That's what I remember buying. And when I joined, it was a, there was a promotion going on, but I'm not going to lie, I don't remember what it was. It might have been the markers. I guess I didn't need glue, that much glue on that one. It might have been to get the whole set of markers. Alright, we're going to set that one aside. And now we're going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to need to cut a few more. I do not have 10 left. No problem. You saw that I had a lot. So yeah, I think I got all the markers, which are now retired. We are going to all blends now. So if you have the markers, whoops, let's see. If you have all the markers, then you are set to go. If you don't, now is the time to purchase them. There's another item that you could put in your starter kit. All right, I need to cut a few more here. So bring back in the trimmer. Those are already 1 inch. Now we've got a fabulous new blade. Beautiful. So I have a retreat coming up in just a few weeks, and I really have been spending a lot of time in my craft room cutting. All right, let's see if that's enough. So I have been going through blades like crazy. Whoops. But it's my pleasure. All right. There we go. Let's see. Good morning, Cindy. You made a live. I know. Well, I don't go live very often, and so it is your lucky day. I hope I have the right number of, or the right varieties here left. But like I said, I've got a lot of miscut paper, so I can always cut another square, right? All right, let's put another. I keep putting glue on the whole entire thing. Put that one there, and we'll put the striped one up here. How about? Let's see. This one's going this way, so that one can go that way. All right, the hard part is done. Now, let's go back to this one because it's dry. And I always like to use my long scissor when I have a cut like this, and I like to cut from the back. Now, keep in mind that I was not super careful with my glue, so these pieces that I'm snipping off are going to be sticky. And I just had my scissors sharpened when I was down in Phoenix, and I hate that I'm getting glue on them, but I will clean them off. I will clean them off spit spat. Okay. There are our two background pieces, one landscape and one portrait. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those on to my card bases. A little bit of glue goes a long way, so don't overdo your glue. I don't know why I turned that. I don't think it made any difference. Landscape and portrait. Now, I could stop there, but I'm not going to. All right, let's set those aside. Close up my glue. Cindy, that's right. I will see you live tomorrow. All right, now I'm going to bring in this stamp set. These are on my buffet this week. Amber Autumn. Amber Autumn, blessed to have you in my life. Autumn wishes, grateful for you, thanks, and you're simply the best. So I'm also going to be using these traditional labels dies. So let me see. Let's see. All right, I'm going to use these two. These two stamp sets. When they're new, sometimes they tend to be uber sticky. Alright, I'm going to use these two stamp sets, and I'm going to use, let's see, maybe that. So many choices. And this one, and I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick that we learned with this, that I discovered, I guess, with this this die. So when I cut this die the first time, and I'm also going to be using some scraps, and let me get out my early espresso ink. When I cut this die the first time, it wanted to separate. Let me show you what I mean. I will cut one of each. Alright, so let's set these out of the way. I'm going to bring in my little Big Shot, and I'm going to show you what I mean by doing it just the normal way. So my base plate, my trimming plate, and this one. So this is one of the newer dies in the label set, and when I die cut it the first time, hi Mary, how's everything going in Wyndham? Alright, so here's the first. Do you see how delicate this is? And it's really just a very pretty die. But I felt like it was coming apart. Do you see how thin? This one worked out very nicely. But if you're working with paper that, or with cardstock that isn't a good sturdy cardstock, here's my tip. I'm going to take some Scotch tape, plain old Scotch tape. Doesn't matter that that didn't go down flat. Packing tape would work too, but I didn't have packing tape right here by my workstation. Alright, I just want to make sure that it's enough to cover this. Now I'm going to cut it on this side so my tape is on the back. Okay? So we're going to cut this one again. Typically I would stamp this first, but this is my demonstration. So now the die is going to cut through that tape also. But do you see the difference? This one seems a little loosey-goosey, and this one is intact. So I could peel that or break that apart so that there is a crack in it, but I don't want to. So if you want to make sure that this piece stays intact, just put a little bit of tape on the back. Alright, so we're doing that, and then let's see. I need a scrap of early espresso. This is too little. Let's see. I'm digging through my scraps. Becky would be proud of me. I'm going to do this one in early espresso. Just these small dies. It's really handy for on the go. If you're a on the go scrapbooker or stamper, it's also really good for that. Alright, so we've got our this label and we've got this label. We've got our ink. My laptop is telling me that I have action to take with my internet. I hope that I don't. But, okay, I need a block. And what do I want on the cover? Autumn, I think Autumn Wishes. And then we'll put Blessed to Have You in My Life on the inside. Okay. These are going to be some of the last, it actually looks black, some of the last red rubber stamps. Have you heard that Stampin' Up! Is going away from the red rubber? They will all be photopolymer. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this up using my favorite, the Take Your Pick tool, where you can just pull those backs off. Oh, that looks so pretty. Nice, nice. And we're going to pop that up one more time. And I wonder if I think I'm going to just keep this super simple. I'm not going to add any. Oh, just as I say it, I feel like I need to add a little bit of, yep, I think I need to add a little bit of gray granite baker's twine. I should have asked what you guys thought. Oh, where's the beginning? Where's the beginning? There it is. Yes? No? Where's the beginning? You know, these things only happen when you're on camera. I always seem to be... Phooey. I've got another one here. There. Right there. Okay, so here's my trick on using baker's twine. Mimi, how are you? How's your car? Are you ready for your cruise? Okay, so this is just a little bit of tear tape. Putting that in the middle. And then I'm going to just make some loops with no real plan in mind. And it wants to do its own thing. So I guess we'll let it. There we go. I'm staying over on, yep, that'll work, over on one side here. This is super curly today. I could get out my ribbon iron. Don't let the baker's twine win. Embrace your see how nice that looks on the back? Embrace your tear tape. The tear tape is the boss. Alright, picking off my backs, and I'm going to just adhere them right there so that this part doesn't get stuck to the card. I had a little too much tear tape on there. Okay, we're ready to go. How about right in the center? Isn't that pretty? Alright, now I'm going to see what I have here for bling. Let's see. I don't know that I have anything brown. We could do just regular white. Let's do that. So just some traditional pearls, again, using my take your pick tool. Ooh, no, not brand new. Let's put the large ones on here. How about right on the corner? And we'll put one up there. Dun da da da! Make sure those are on good. Some of you are probably wondering why I have left my ink wide open in a space just crying to be dropped into. And it's a very good question. Alright, let's do the same thing. Oh, we need the inside. Also, when I am bored or watching TV, sometimes I will just cut white paper so that it is ready for the inside. I don't always use this size on the inside. Sometimes I make it a smaller inside piece. But I'm going, oh, there we go. There we go. It's the back. Blessed to have you in my life. And grab the glue. Lisa, you can never find the beginning. I've not had that problem, but like I said, because I'm on camera, you will struggle. You will see me struggle. And there you go. Card number 1, Autumn Wishes, in like less than a half hour. And I'm going to have card 2 done here. I am going to go ahead and use this one. I'm looking for another scrap of early espresso. Oh, if you could only see my scraps. Let's see, will this one fit? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off camera. You all know what that looks like. Cue up, Beck always says, cue up the elevator music. Do 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 do. Happy birthday, Arlene Tolsma. Arlene is on my team. If she's watching the replay, she will get a kick out of a little birthday shout out. Autumn Wishes. I think that this is just going to be the sweetest little card to send to some of my girlfriends who always enjoy getting homemade cards from me. Now let's get the ink out of the way and we're ready to assemble. There's the inside. You know, once you get going and you have everything out and your supplies all at hand, it's easy to just do several at a time. Mary Jo, my good friend, and I tease that we almost always make 12 of the same card. Because like I said, the supplies are already out. I am making sure to put these dimensionals right on those areas that I feel are a little precarious. I don't want anything to pop apart while I'm assembling it, or, you know, for the recipient. So those dimensionals will do wonders on the back. Let's go ahead and fight with, oh Mimi, I'm so sorry that your car is still out of commission. Jeepers. Let's put it on this side this time. And remind me again, Mimi, when does the cruise leave? Mimi's going on a crafting cruise. The other way to do the string is to wrap it around your fingers a few times. Cut it off. Twist it. Stick it down. And then spread it out. And again, let the tape on the back do its job. All right. Dimensional, 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 and let's just put that one right over the top. All right, take these off, and a few little pearls, and we will be done. I'm going to put a little more tape on the back just to keep these where I want them. Because they're fighting me today. Alright, and I'm going to put this one down here in the lower corner. Let's snip this one off. I might even snip it off so it doesn't show. And let's bring the pearls back in. And let's put one. The pearls just add a really nice little pop. I have something sticky on the end of my pick tool. And there. And there you have it. Let's bring the camera down. That darn glare is gonna just be there. And there you have it. Isn't that a fun way to use up your scraps? So my challenge to you is to do the same thing and post your card. I will post these on my Facebook page, and I would love for you to post yours on the same thread. And who knows, there may be cards in the mail coming your way for those of you who join my challenge. Once again, let me flip up here. Thanks for joining me, and have a great Wednesday.